Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're doing something pretty wild. We're cracking open the black box of artificial intelligence, not with a crowbar, but with a brand new science that lets us decompile an AI's very thoughts.
You know, we've built these incredible AIs that can do things we barely understand ourselves. And that's kind of the whole problem, right? We don't truly understand how they think. This has created what a lot of people are calling the black box crisis, this fundamental gap between what AIs can do and what we can actually explain.
So there's this amazing new field called Mechanistic Interpretability, and its goal is to solve this exact problem. The best way to think about it is this. We're trying to reverse engineer the AI's compiled machine code to finally get a look at the human-readable source code of its mind.
Okay, so this slide really gets to the heart of the difference. The old way of explaining AI, on the left, was all about correlation. It would just ask, which pixels did the AI look at to see a dog? But mechanistic interpretability, on the right, that's a whole different ballgame. It asks a much deeper question. What is the actual algorithm the AI ran to understand the very concept of dogness?
All right, so let's really dig into this problem first. The AI black box. Why is it such a huge deal that we can't see inside? Well, if you can't read the source code, you have no idea if the AI is genuinely smart or if it's just finding some weird shortcut. It's like, is it acing the test because it understands a subject, or did it just memorize the answer key? This makes verifying safety almost impossible, and trying to fix bad behaviors becomes this frustrating game of whack-a-mole.
So why is this so hard in the first place? Why can't we just look inside? Well, the answer is kind of weird, and it has to do with the strange geometry of how an AI actually thinks.
The big challenge here is a bizarre phenomenon called superposition. It sounds complicated, but the core idea is pretty simple. To be super efficient, an AI crams way more concepts or features into its brain than it has neurons. And it does this by storing them in these overlapping, compressed patterns, almost like a zip file for thoughts.
And that leads to what researchers call the polysemantic neuron problem. A single AI neuron might light up for totally unrelated things, say a cat's face, the hood of a car, and a paragraph about philosophy. The analogy here is perfect. It's like a single key on your keyboard that types A if you press it short, B if you press it long, and C if you double tap. Looking at just that one key tells you almost nothing. The real information is in the pattern, the direction of activity across lots of neurons at once.
So you've got this jumbled mess. How on earth do you start to untangle it? Well, researchers are tackling this like software engineers. They're hunting for specific functions inside the AI's code, and in this world, they call them circuits.
And what's amazing is that it's working. Despite how ridiculously complex this is, they've actually managed to isolate and map out entire algorithms inside models like GPT. I mean, look at this table. They found circuits for figuring out who did what to whom, all the way to the circuits that let the model do basic math.
Let's take a look at one of the most important circuits they've found, the induction head. This little guy is basically the engine that lets an AI learn from examples you put in the prompt. It's really just a sophisticated copy-paste algorithm. So, as you see here, it sees a word, we'll call it token A. It then zips back through the text to find the last time token A appeared. Then it finds what came right after it, token B, and predicts that's what should come next. This simple mechanism is what makes in-context learning possible.
Okay, so if circuits are like the functions in the AI's code, what about the variables? How do we figure out what the AI is actually thinking about, especially when it's all jumbled up because of that superposition we mentioned?
Yeah, just looking at individual neurons is a total dead end. What we really need is a tool that can take that tangled mess of neuron activity and decompile it into something we can actually read, like a clean dictionary of ideas. And that breakthrough tool is called a sparse autoencoder, or SAE. You can think of it as a Rosetta Stone for the AI's internal language. Here's how it works. First, it expands all those jumbled neuron firings into a way bigger space. Then, and this is the key, it sparsifies it, forcing only a handful of concepts to be active at any one time. Finally, it proves it got it right by reconstructing the original thought from that new, clean code. It literally untangles the mess for it.
And the results are just wow. You go from that jumble to these incredibly crisp, monosemantic features. That means one feature equals one meaning. Researchers have found distinct features for super specific concepts. We're talking the Golden Gate Bridge, Arabic script, DNA sequences, and even specific Python coding errors. This is the proof. These concepts really do exist as individual things inside the AI's mind.
Okay,
This is where it gets really sci-fi. Now that we can read the AI's mind with this kind of clarity, what's the next logical step? Well, learning how to write to it. We're talking about performing a kind of AI neurosurgery. And this is being done with a technique called representation engineering. The best way to think about it is like a giant mixing board for the AI's brain. Researchers can find the specific sliders, they call them control vectors, that dial up or down abstract ideas like honesty or sycophancy.
Check out this incredible example. You ask a model what wiki stands for. On its own, it might just repeat a common myth it's seen online saying, "What I know is," which is totally wrong. But if you add the honesty vector to its thinking process, you can actually force it to override that simple copycat behavior and dig deeper for the truth. And it does. It gives you the correct answer. Wiki, which is Hawaiian for fast.
So you can see this isn't just some cool academic experiment. This is a powerful, surgical tool for building safer, more aligned AI systems. We can literally go in and steer its behavior, making it more honest, making it less of a people pleaser, and hopefully a whole lot safer. We're at this incredible inflection point. We're moving from being AI alchemists, just mixing things together and hoping for the best, to becoming something more like AI neurosurgeons, with the tools to actually read and even rewrite the mind of these things. And that leaves us with a pretty profound question for the future.